Okay, so I want to talk about a couple things. In less than a month, I'm starting my Ashtanga yoga teacher training, and I have, after a lot of time and a lot of exploration, I have decided to finally commit to being vegetarian or vegan. The reason I have decided to go that way, a lot of people have assumed that I'm already vegetarian because I do eat mostly plant-based, and I have for a long time, and usually when I go out for food it is vegetarian, but I'm making that like full out commitment now. I've been, before I start my teacher training, I'm doing a bit of studying on some certain yoga philosophies, and I'm really focusing on ahimsa right now, which is non-harming. So I'm starting with my diet. What else? I have made the decision to not return to the Woodstock Fruit Festival next summer. I kind of wrote a little bit about it today, and I kind of want to kind of share. Well, when I first found out about the Woodstock Fruit Festival, around the time that I found out about 80-10-10, which is the high carb vegan lifestyle, mostly like raw food. It's kind of like a branch. Veganism is a branch off of vegetarianism, and raw food is a branch off of vegan. And this is like one of the raw food branches. Like it's absolutely ridiculous what's ensued in the last couple weeks. But for anybody that's not aware of the whole whatever's going on, the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I did post a lot of pictures back in August about like fruits and vegetables, and I was in New York, upstate New York, at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, which is a vegan raw food week-long festival. Anyway, that's the aside. Anyway, I first found out about it. I can't remember what I was watching on YouTube, but there's always a little suggested videos on the sidebar. And there was a video that talked about, or that it was titled, How My Eyes Change Color on the Raw Food Diet. I hadn't watched any raw food or nutrition videos in a while. I've kind of been up and down with it over the years. And that was very intriguing to me, because just last summer I became certified as an iridologist. And we can go into that another time. But anyway, it does deal with the iris, and it was very intriguing to me. Someone who's actually eaten a diet clean enough that their body can reflect those changes in the eye. So I wanted to learn a little bit more, and I found out, so it was a raw food diet, and it was a low-fat, high-carb. And I became really interested in it, and I watched a lot of the videos of Christina, Fully Raw Christina, that kind of launched me into this. And so I don't know, I find once I get into something, I get obsessed with it before something else moves me on. So I think I watched just about every video she put out. She mentioned the Fruit Festival a couple times, and then I started watching other people that were involved in the movement. I got the 80-10-10 book, started reading it, got really into it, and I think since that would have been in maybe February or March that I first found out about it, I've eaten probably 95% of my breakfasts fruit-based. So I really try to start every single day in an 80-10-10 way. And it's been good. I mean, there's been ups and downs, and but it's definitely good. And now in the last couple weeks, I've really been putting an effort into staying the high carb, low fat raw through lunch, and then I'm a little bit more relaxed with my dinners, and I find transitioning has been easier for me. And so anyway, fast forward to today, there's been this big drama blow up thing, and I've decided not to return to the Woodstock Fruit Festival because of it. I was really, I did have a really great time at the festival, but I was extremely disappointed with, I guess, my own judgment, and something I guess when I first signed up for the Woodstock Fruit Festival, the sponsorship thing, like when you sign up, it was so much money to the festival, and then $100 of that was going to be split into two, so you could donate 50 to one person and 50 to another, 100 full to one person of one of the pioneers at the festival. So, which is a great idea. The people that are really putting a lot of effort into it, you help them out, help pay for their transportation. Awesome, awesome. Now, of the list, I think there was maybe like 12 people listed. I wasn't familiar with half of them yet, and so there was a few, and it was a no-brainer for me to sponsor Tony Wright, who wrote Left in the Dark, who was my very, very, very first introduction to like a fruit-based raw food lifestyle. I read his book back in 2009, and very science-based, very incredible work, a lot on how our diets affect our consciousness and all sorts of really fascinating stuff. And when I saw that he was coming, I was really excited about it. I knew that he was coming over from, I think he's in England, and so that was a big travel for him. His research is incredible. Not as many people are so science-based, and I like the science. And so that was my first sponsor for sure. And the second one, I was debating between a few different people, and I felt it was only fair to send my money towards the person that brought me to it in the first place. And so my second half went to Christina, and the whole week, I had 7.5 or 8 days to I just wanted to catch her for 30 seconds and tell her my story and say thank you, because I know if I affected someone else's life the way that 80-10-10 has affected mine, I'd love to hear about it. That's what the whole thing is about. The Woodstock Fruit Festival is supposed to be like a big community, and most of the time it felt like that. But I think it was maybe the third or fourth day, I was walking up the path and she was walking down, and I think she was with a friend, and I was just like, do you have a second? And she's like, yeah. And then she turned to talk to her friends, and she started giggling about essential oils in a room or something. And so I'm standing there, and then like 5 of them just walk away. And I mean, like, literally I wanted a second. I just wanted to say thank you for that video, and you're the reason I'm here. That's all I wanted to say, and she could not spare the time. And it really upset me that those are the kind of people that are representing this lifestyle. And I was really disappointed by that. But to counter that, before the festival, I hadn't watched a ton. I've watched a bit of Freelee, but I was really kind of resistant to watch Harley or Durian Rider's videos. I found it was a little harsh for me, but when I met the two of them in person, they made the festival worthwhile for me. They were so warm and inviting. They were always around. They didn't isolate themselves. They didn't need to take their space. It was 1 week out of the whole year, and they just gave and gave, and the lectures that they gave were fantastic. And you could really tell that they're in this for the right reasons. They have such big hearts, and they're so soft and kind. And I kind of got to see that. It was nice seeing the other side to them. And now I can't get enough, because I know that their hearts are in the right place. And it's that that, I guess, YouTube personality that they have to put on to kind of get people hooked, because a lot of people were stimulated by the, you know, things going all the time. And anyway, so this is my big huge thank you to them. And I'm currently in Ontario, and I'm going to do what I can to get to Thailand next summer, because that's where we're having our fruit festival. And so anyway, that's my little kind of story about, yeah, so, I mean, I don't regret sending my sponsorship money that way, because that was really the right thing to do. It was just really disappointing, but a little life lesson, and I'm glad this drama came out before it put down my deposit. Yeah, so I'm going to, I think that's about it. That's why I'm not going, and why I'm going to be putting my money elsewhere, like a plane ticket and a bicycle. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and please critique me, good, bad, whatever. This is all new to me. I'm not a very out there and like good in front of camera person, so help me out here, because I'm going to be doing this for a while. Again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to fruit or root yourself.